Wow. I've shot this video 6 times now. Okay. Hopefully I can be cohesive here. But if not, fuck it. Maybe I'll just edit it. So, as a few of you guys know, my subscribers who've probably been here for a while, I started my YouTube channel April 1st, 2017. It's roughly 7 years ago, as it says on YouTube. And I started my YouTube channel by making nofap videos. And really just like post nofap during post-intra nofap experience. I wanted to share, what that had done for me and how I felt like it just granted me like awesome benefits, great productivity, just felt good about myself. It was just like I felt good doing that. And when I did it, I kind of got into a share the gospel kind of thing. So, not that nofap is equivalent to any Bible gospel or any religious gospel, but you get what I'm alluding to. So that was how I felt after doing that, and that's what I wanted to share. So that was kind of the mindset from there on out. So then, proceeding from that, I went on to make more videos because I didn't just have the gospel of life with nofap. I had it with lots of other things, and there were lots of useful ideas and tips and philosophies that helped me growing up, where I felt like I didn't understand the world at all. And one of the things I loved so much about YouTube is that there were people that shared their opinions and their thoughts and their ideas on how to get through some of this shit, man. And it felt good to have those guides. I mean, the main one for me to contribute, to give thanks to, is Elliot Hulse. During 2013, 14, and even 15, I mean, that dude's videos have served me even to this day, but really during those times, man, they were absolutely crucial for me. And by me getting what I got from him as a guide, I wanted to come and give that to you guys. When I decided to finally embark upon this YouTube journey and fucking express my thoughts and share my opinions on life, But, and that turned out to some good things. And some people who have been subscribed to this channel for a while will know I used to do a lot of live streaming on Instagram very regularly. And, I'd click up on Instagram Live with a little phone and just rant, just share stuff about life, and just talk. And all that's great, man, and I'm glad that I've done that. But as a lot of you know, I've stepped away for a while, and I haven't made YouTube videos, and that's for a couple specific reasons. Towards the end of me making YouTube videos consistently, let me make sure I get this date right. Latest, I would say around 4 years ago was when my YouTube consistency started to drop off. Actually, 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, which is about the time that I moved out of my home with my parents and decided to be on my own, live in an apartment, which technically I'm not on my own, I'm with my girlfriend. But, getting on my own feet, providing and establishing for myself. A lot changed during that time. And it also put a lot of my ideas and my own philosophies and perspective on life to challenge. But even before then, it was already starting to get challenged in a lot of ways. And that really just came in the form of watching the ideas of the people who inspired me get critiqued. watching people, you know, critique the people that I looked up to so much. And like, first off, let me be honest, there's just YouTube haters, right? We all know that. But there's also people who make good points, and criticism has its place. Some criticism is not relevant, but there's also criticism that's very real. So listening to some of that criticism, I started to think to myself, man, what if somebody came across my YouTube channel and saw some of the shit that I was sharing? What would they think? What would come to their mind? It's probably already happened. Imagine if somebody had a big enough channel, 100K subscribers, 150, 200, whatever the fuck, and decided, man, this dude's full of bullshit. Look at what he's talking about. This dude's a fucking clown. And, you know, they put a YouTube video together and just stomped the fucking grass water out of me, you know? And that thought terrified me. And it started getting me thinking about, man, is my information actually valuable? And not only is it actually valuable, is it actually the right thing to be telling you guys? You know? Is it the direction I should be leading you guys in? Or am I fucking misleading all of you who believe in what I'm saying? And not like believe in me like I'm a leader, but you know, you guys take what I'm saying, you're like, man, this dude speaking facts, man. And you know, you express and you share your thanks for what I do, or just whatever, like when I share a video that touches your heart, you know, but maybe the video that I made that touched your heart wasn't actually well thought at all, and maybe I was just speaking a bunch of bull, and now I got you thinking wrong. So then it came to this whole thing about, am I spreading the right message to you guys? And that answer started to lean a lot towards no, and then it just went way the fuck no. And the reason it went way the fuck no is because as I started to have to grow up and establish myself on my feet and have my own ideas of the world challenged, I understood that I didn't know as much as I thought I knew, and I was in no place to lecture any of you as I was at that time when I made this decision, to tell you how to live your lives, or how you ought live your life, or what I think is the right path. Because the honest fact is, I got to the point where I thought to myself again, I don't know. I don't even know myself. Like, if you came to me and you asked me, you're like, I just couldn't give you answers, man. I remember I had a live stream with this guy. His name is Denny Hunter. We used to do lives together on Instagram. I hope he's doing well. But I remember we had this one live together this one night. And I remember we said something, man, where we both kind of agreed, like, there's a lot of talking we've done. We've spoke a lot. We've shared a lot. But I feel like there's less need for me to do that right now. And I feel like I'm not so much in the state of needing to share. I'm actually more in a state of just listening. I don't feel the urge to do this as much. I feel the urge to do this. We were both on that page. It was along the lines of that. And I think that's how I started to feel as the years went on, which was basically, I don't know what I think I know, and it's time for me to shut my mouth for a little while and relearn my approach to life and reapproach what I thought about some of the ideas I've had, and just grow, you know, and that's what happened, you know, as time went on. And yeah, so as the years went on, or really as time went on, I won't say the years, because I never intended this hiatus to be for years. That was just kind of like, eventually became a long time. Eventually, it was supposed to be like maybe 6 months, you know, or a year at most, not almost 3 or 4. But I guess that's how it goes. But so yeah, in that sense of feeling like I've misled you guys, in that sense of feeling like my ideas don't have the legitimacy that I thought they've had, and then watching my own views of the world get put to the test, and kind of just like the old idea of who I thought I was, because that's another thing too, like my own identity and who I thought I was, what I thought I was gonna do. I mean, you guys have probably heard me chat so much about, I mean, I won't say so much, but you guys have heard me chat a few times on this channel about, me being great, me being successful. I'm gonna be a somebody, and that ain't happening, bro. And I'm at the point now where I don't need that to happen. I don't care about that happening. But that was not necessarily the case. It's still an insecurity, but it was way more of an insecurity coming back to YouTube. Thinking like, man, even if I did come back, what of value do I have to offer you guys? I'm a fucking, like, I don't even have my life together. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And so it was just like, I don't feel like I'm somebody that can be up here. Now, is it right for me to just leave you guys hanging for years like that? I don't know. I mean, I want to say no, but I also feel like it's better than coming up here and just fucking rambling my teeth off and not knowing what I'm actually talking about. But I also think that I could have said goodbye for a little bit, And maybe I did, but I don't think I did. And, like I said, man, life changed. And my mind has changed. And I don't have the urge to come here and make this about the right way to live life. Because I've really just... I don't see it as that right now. I'm just a dude with some thoughts, man. I got a lot of thoughts and I want to share them. And I think I say some good shit sometimes. But sometimes. Not all the time. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of happy this YouTube channel did not blow up into some sort of... I'm glad that it didn't succeed when I was wanting it to succeed. Because one thing that really I will critique is, as I got out of high school and as I graduated, my goal was YouTube, film, and eBay dropship selling. Those were the 3 things I was working on. And I was doing McDonald's as a job so I could make money, so I could start paying for some of my own shit, and kind of be less on the meal ticket of living with my dad and whatnot, but kind of take some financial burden off. But man, that's a whole story. That'll have to be a whole nother video talking about that, actually. And I think that would be good to talk about. But where was I going with that? Yeah. So I focused on those 3 things, and the YouTube part's particularly important because, I mean, one of the things that's really important if you're trying to blow up as a content creator is you got to put out content consistently every day almost, right? Like, my content's relatively easy. It's fucking hit record, make sure this all looks kind of good, and then I post that bitch. And I used to like do a little bit of color grading and tweaking. I ain't doing that shit no more. I'm fucking, as soon as I got this thing recorded and done, it's going up. That's it. I'm not doing the editing and all that stuff. I mean, I'll have to clip some of these together because I can only record 10 minutes at a time on this camera, which is odd, but I thought it used to be 20 minutes. I don't know if some settings changed or whatnot, but what was I saying? So YouTube became, it became important. It became imperative that, hey, you're producing content every day. You're putting stuff out. You're being consistent. And what that led to was this YouTube shit. What I was doing that started off as, hey, I got some valuable things in my heart that I want to give to you guys. Take it or leave it. whatever the fuck you feel about it. I just got some shit in here that I want to give to you guys, and feel free to do as you please. But it became less of that, and it started becoming more about a machine. Hey, you got to hit this marker. You got to put out a video today. You got to talk about something. And what that led to was me talking about shit that I wasn't qualified to talk about. It led to me talking on situations and things and saying things just for the sake of making the fucking content, and not from it coming from a place of my heart and what I authentically believed and wanted to say. I just said shit because I was supposed to fucking make a video, and just like, hey, I'll just talk on that, and on whatever comes up, and I'll just post it, and I'll just put it up. And like I said, it just led to a whole fucking, like, I part of me wants to go back and delete them all, but I won't, because there's some valuable things said in those videos. But at the same time, I don't like looking at that chapter in my videos, man. Because it doesn't reflect what I want to give to you guys. It doesn't reflect what I want the channel to be. It doesn't reflect the way that I want to show up to it. So I'm glad that shit didn't work out, so that YouTube wouldn't have to be this fucking job. And I don't want YouTube to be a job. And to be honest, I don't want creativity to be a job. And not that any of this is like creative. It's me just propping up a camera fucking jibber jabbering. And that's all this is to be taken as. And that's another thing. I think I was a little too pretentious with what I thought I was doing. Because I looked at my channel description the other day. I deleted it. But I remember looking at it, and I said something along the lines of like, I'm going to be the spark that... I'm going to be the spark that changes millions of lives, or something like that. And I think I got that from like Pac or something in an interview he said. And I knew why I put it there, and I knew what I felt inspired by and what I wanted to be. But I also think about myself, and I remember I used to have this picture I drew up. It was like me on a stadium, or me on this like on the stage, and a whole bunch of people. It was like fire burning. People look at it and they thought I was like sacrificing a bunch of people to it. But it was like, no. Like, they're inspired. The fire coming from your heart. It was a cool picture. It was a cool meaning to it. But there was also a big ego, I think, hidden behind it. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but I don't think that I am. I think there was a big ego attached to the idea of like, yeah, I'm going to be that great one that inspires all these people. I'm going to be great. I'm going to do it. I'm going to change the world. I'm going to change people's lives. And it's all like in a selfish endeavor to feel good about myself. And like, oh, look at me. I'm so wise and so smart. And look what I've given these people. There's like a sense of gratification in that. And I'm not articulating that as really pinpoint as I want to, because I don't want to berate my my desire to do good and helping people. I feel like my hair looks weird, man. Sorry, distraction. But I don't want to berate that desire to feel proud of what I wanted about myself giving what I was giving. But at the same time, this is not about glory. This is not about fame. This is not about some sort of fortune you get out of this. And that's not why we're doing this. It's not why we started this. And I don't think you need to turn it into that. You don't need to make this a regular daily, oh, I gotta fucking hit this marker, is bullshit. No, you came here to speak your heart and speak your mind. You aren't doing anything special. Now, that might touch the hearts of other people. That's great if you can positively affect their lives from that standpoint. But outside of that, that's all it is. And so where I'm going with that is there was a there was a sense of ego attached to it that, like I said, and you know, like chasing, like I wanted to get more subs, I wanted to get discovered more, I wanted to hit my numbers, but that's all that started to become to me. You guys didn't become my community. You guys became numbers for me to reach, so I could get my monetization, so I could get my ad revenue, so I could get money, so I could fund my life, and then I could show other people, particularly my family, that I was doing good, and see my YouTube's actually doing something, and I'm doing something, and I'm pursuing my life's purpose, and all this shit that I just got wrapped up in. And that's a part of my time that I feel disappointed with. You know, because now that failed and that didn't turn out to be what I tried to make it to, I'm happy. I don't want to come to you guys as that. I want to come because I'm not doing like I said, I'm not doing anything special. I'm really not. I'm just a guy sharing his thoughts, and that's all I want this channel to be from here on out. If it blows up and it starts to get more views and all that shit, that's great. That's awesome. But that's not why I'm doing it, and that's not what I care for at all. And if I want to take a fucking 3-month break, I don't give a shit what some content creator manager says online about you need to post this, you need to do these hashtags. Dude, this video is gonna get like fucking like 80 views and that's it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing it for the glory and cuteness I get out of it. There's no fame to be seen out of this, dude. For me, this is just me wanting to give a part of me to the internet. Really, I mean, it's selfish. It is selfish. I want to share my own thoughts because I like hearing myself talk. But I also believe that, hey man, I feel like I say some good shit that could be helpful to you guys. And like, if I feel like I could help you guys, if I could have a positive contribution, why shouldn't I do that? I feel like that's not good for all of us, right? But I don't like the idea of doing that for the sake of getting me some... Well, I don't even want to say that, because I think that misunderstands it deeply. Or maybe a bit too far. But the idea of turning... I mean, obviously, I wanted the money, I wanted the wealth, or I guess in a sense, like, I wanted to get the YouTube shit going for me so I could continue to do the YouTube, and then I'd be able to do my YouTube full-time, la-da-da-da-da, the whole fucking ladder. But the point I'm making is that this is not what this is supposed to be for me. And I sure shit shouldn't be able to see that success with the way I feel about the ways that I may have potentially just been wrong. Not even potentially. There's just ways that I know I was wrong. There's just shit that I knew I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I just like kind of believed some shit that other people were saying and then shared it on my channel, and then it just like... But like, I don't even believe that stuff anymore. So then it's like... What are we talking about, you know? Am I out of focus here? Oh man, that's gonna suck if I've been sitting back here this whole time out of focus. That's just gonna look bad. Anyways. I might delete that part of the rant. I don't know. But, yeah, you know... I don't know. Where was I going with that? I'm kind of just emotionally dumping at this point, but that's kind of what this video is in some sense. Is that I felt like a fraud because of that. I felt like who I was and what I bought at a certain point. I feel like when I look back at that now, I see some good, but I also see some things that were full of error and that needed to be rectified in some sense. But I can't go back and change the past. I mean, I could delete all the videos, but I don't want to do that. That's just too much time. I don't feel like doing it. I'm lazy. Or I can't be lazy. I don't want to say I am. But yeah, it's really that, just wanting to set a better precedent from here on out about what I do share and the way that I deliver that, and to give it in a way that's truly valuable to you guys, but also authentic and leaves room for, like, man, these are opinions. They're nothing, not speaking scientifically backed papers here. I don't have the knowledge for all that, and I hope I don't sound like I'm just trying to cop out of, like, any sort of accountability by saying, oh, they're just opinions. All I'm trying to say there is just like, hey, understand that a lot of this is kind of like just brain spill, heart spill sort of shit. This isn't. I'm not a qualified therapist, counselor, psychologist, doctor, mental health professional. I'm none of that. Okay, I wish I could be as smart as some of those people are and as helpful as some of those people are, but I'm not, because I didn't go to school for that. I did not go and get educated for that stuff. So I don't possess those skills. Now, does that mean that you can never ask me a question and I answer? Of course, yeah. If somebody has something that they want me to talk about or answer a question on, if I feel like I can, I'll do it. But if I feel like it's out of my depth, I'll just tell you it's out of my depth. And I'll try to refer you to somebody else who I feel like you'll push you in the right direction, or just tell you, hey, you need to find somebody who's professional with that. That's not me. And I'm fine with that. Instead of just taking a question for content. I'm not going to do that. I got enough thoughts in my brain to fill it up, you know what I mean? Not for daily, even weekly posts, but we'll see, Is this a official return to the channel? I don't know. It could be. I would like it to be. Not because I need this channel for any sakes, but like I said, I do believe that I can give some value. And I'm in a position in my life now where I feel like I'm a little smarter, I'm a little wiser, and I can give some shit that's real. As I've done before, but I can give some shit that's real and a little more, I can give you an updated software. That's how I'm feeling. I can give you an updated software and give you something that's a little better. And, I don't want to just abandon people that could really benefit from this, because that's why I started it. So, with any of that, hopefully, it probably did, but hopefully Buddhist wasn't like the biggest mope fest you ever heard. Hopefully it sounded a little better than that, but if it did, I apologize. Just, like I said, I just needed to get some of this off my chest. And it just felt like an appropriate video to make, to kind of confess up on some shit and be like, hey, wasn't proud of this, wasn't proud of that, but here's what I plan to do different, or here's what I'd like to do different. Wait, speaking of which, what I'd like to do different. So, as I said not even just that long ago, I don't want to talk on shit I'm not qualified on. I'm not a professional in a lot of these fields. I don't want to make videos just for the sake of making content. And what I mean by that is I don't want to get caught into like the YouTube trap of like, hey, I gotta produce so I can reach audience, so I can hit my numbers, so I can monetize and all this shit. Where's the focus at? Focus is here now? Okay. Focus is there. Okay. I'm not putting autofocus on because it'll like you'll hear it in the video. Nikon's autofocus is very it's the one thing I do not like about their cameras. Now this one's older. I think it's like 2016, so their cameras might not do that anymore, but this camera and the 3200, those are my big critiques with them. Anyways, as I was saying, but yeah, what I'd like to do different for sure is not talking shit I'm not qualified on, not just make videos for content. Bring value with my words. I don't want to just talk out of my ass. Now, I know that sounds a little backwards because like I said, I'll admit some of these videos that I'm going to share in the coming years, it's just going to be brain spill. It is. And some of it's just going to be mental spill. Some of it's probably going to be some, I don't know. But, so in that regard, some of these videos are just going to be like dumps, just brain dumps. And some of these videos are going to be where if I do feel like there's something valuable I'd like to share with you guys, I want to make sure that I'm speaking and sharing with thought, with intention, attaching value to my words, and making sure that what I say is something that I'm proud of saying. Yep, I said that. And I own it. You know? It's like, yes, that is what I think. That is what I believe right now. And I'm open to being proven wrong about any of it. But, this is where I stand now. So, I'm like just outside the focus zone. I can see it. Yeah, I gotta stand like right here. But, yeah. I guess that's really all I got to say there. Yeah, so those are things that's going to be different on this channel from now on. I mean, it's not going to be like a super different channel. It'll still be camera propped up, me talking to you guys, background. I'm sure my girlfriend's going to fucking howl me on this and be like, we got to get you decorations. We need to make this look aesthetic. I'm like, we'll see. Cause she's big, man. She's awesome photographer, awesome with the camera. So I know she's gonna wanna let her thoughts be known on how I should do. But like I said, it'll be the same shit. Camera, me talking, one angle like this. You know, and yeah, I watch a lot of podcasts, and I'm seeing the direction that the internet's going now, and I feel like there's a little more room for content like mine, maybe. I don't know. But to be honest, it's not like a super big deal if it is or isn't to me. But the reason I say that is if I feel like there's room for my content, then it makes me feel a little better about the kind of content I produce, and I don't feel like I have to drastically change the kind of content I make for it to be worth its salt. This is good. This is enough. I can make it, and I can rest assured knowing that, hey, it'll find its audience, and it has some measure to it, even if all that is 70 views. Which, by the way, don't follow your metrics too close on YouTube, man. You're doing it for fun. It'll drive you crazy. Although the validation from likes and views is fun. It is, I'll admit. Comments are what scare me. But yeah, man, I guess that's really it. That's all I gotta say, man, for my hiatus, and just how I feel about it, and what's gonna be different now as I try to hopefully make more videos and share more ideas and thoughts and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Anyways, see you guys in the next one. Peace.